Over the years, LEGO has produced some fantastic themes. Some have been and gone, some they're still making sets for, and we all have our favourites. But in this video, I thought I'd talk about 5 themes that I'd love to see LEGO make sets for, and hypothetically, if they were to, what those sets might look like. I've even gone through the trouble of trying to generate some like AI images just to show what they could look like. Some of them do look quite cool. Also, let me know down in the comment sections what themes you'd like to see and why you're there. Why not like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help me out. Right, without further ado, let's get into it. Right, starting off this list at number 5, and I'd love to see LEGO City sets aimed at adults or, 18 plus sets. Because one day I'd love to build my own sort of LEGO City when I've got money, time and space. But there aren't really many sets that I could like incorporate in it. Obviously, you have got the sort of normal city sets, but they're aimed at like a younger audience. They're fairly simple sets. You have got like all of the modular buildings, but again, I kind of feel as though LEGO makes those thinking that people are going to build them and then just put them like on a shelf, because they all seem to follow the same sort of blueprint. They're meant to look good sort of from the front, not from the sides or the back. So yeah, like aside from those, there isn't anything out there really which I'm kind of thinking that would be good. I could put that here. So it would be great if they made city sets that were really sort of complex builds, maybe in the kind of 300 to 400 sort of pound range. So thinking about sets they could do for this theme, I'm thinking maybe a warehouse or a supermarket, a bus station, perhaps like a big sort of train station. I think there is a market out there for these sets. Although having said that, I guess most adults who are into LEGO might not have space to build their own city. I'd place myself in that category. So right now, it's something that I want to do. I just don't have space. So maybe there isn't quite the market for it, but I think that they could really do some fantastic sets in that theme. Moving on to number 4, and this is a theme I think I've spoken about before on this channel, but I'd love to see them do Tintin sets. So ever since I was younger, I've been a big Tintin fan. I think I've read like all of the books. I've also seen the Tintin film, which came out, I think it was 2015. That was just, fantastic. I think they were actually going to bring out more films on the back of that, but it hasn't happened. Also, I'm not sure if it was in the 90s or the 2000s, but there was a TV series as well, which was on over here in the UK. And I really think like it would translate into LEGO sets really, really well. Now, with this theme, I can kind of understand why LEGO hasn't made it happen. There's kind of lots of reasons. The first being that the Tintin franchise isn't really sort of in the public eye right now. Like I said, they didn't make that fairly big film, but that was like a while ago now. And they were going to bring out more films. Hasn't happened. Plus, I know that typically Tintin is fairly hard to get like a sort of licensing deal with the owners. So that might be like another barrier. So it's probably not going to happen, but I can still hope and dream. Maybe one day. Okay, on to number 3, and this is another theme I think I mentioned before, and I'd love to see like a dedicated trains theme. So every 4 years or so, we get a sort of passenger train and a freight train. So it's quite a long time that you have to wait in between these sets. And sort of like every now and again, we also get other sets. Like there's always a Hogwarts Express set out, and we got the Orient Express recently. But aside from that, there's really not much. And there's loads of people who are into trains. Yeah, it's just a sort of mode of transport that always seems to capture people. And I really don't know why LEGO hasn't tried to tap into that market. I know maybe they're thinking that they would have to come into competition with Hornby or other such companies. But there's loads of ways that you could take this theme. You could do sets based on real life trains like the TGVs in France or the bullet trains in Japan. You could even do older trains such as the Flying Scotsman or the Mallard. Yeah, there's just loads. And okay, with the Tintin theme, I get it. There probably isn't a market there for Lego to make a big enough of a profit. But with Lego trains, there's just such a wide audience who would purchase these sets. It just doesn't make sense why we haven't seen it. Okay, number 2, and this is a theme that Lego has already made sets for, and I don't know if they're going to keep doing it. I don't think they are, but it's sports stadiums. So we had the set of the Nou Camp and the Bernabeu. I don't think these sets did that well because they were always being offered like at a discount on the Lego website. And normally if that happens, it's an indication that it isn't performing as Lego would have hoped it to. But I think if they did something like the NFL, there's loads of people who are into the NFL, and if they made a stadium of my favourite team, which just for context is the Chicago Bears, and he hits the upright again, I would rush out and buy that set. If they did a really good detailed model like of the stadium, that would be like a day one purchase for me. But I think therein kind of lies why Lego has probably stopped making this set, which is because you're only going to purchase it if you like that team, like if you're a fan of that team. Like, you're not going to spend £200 on a Lego set of a stadium for a team that you don't like. So I kind of get it. We probably won't ever see more of these, but who knows, yeah. Okay, number 1, rounding off this list, is I would like to see more Simpsons sets. Now, having said this, I think there was some sort of rumour that came out last week that Lego could be bringing this theme back next year. I think it's rumoured that they're going to build like a Krusty Burger set. Really want that to happen, because The Simpsons is such an iconic show, and I think I saw something recently saying that Homer Simpson is the most recognised person sort of worldwide, or if not the most recognised person, he's the most recognised sort of fictional character. So again, there is probably a big market out there for these sets, and there's so many iconic locations in the TV series that you could base sets on. Obviously, the main one is the Simpsons house. We have already had that set, but hopefully we could get an updated version. That'd be nice. You've got the school, Flanders' house, nuclear power plant, comic book store, Moe's Tavern. But my 2 dream sets would be to have a Stonecutter's Hall and perhaps like a monorail set. If I got those 2, then that would be perfect. And the good thing is that I'd imagine Lego already has some of the license, or if the license has expired, it should be easy to sort of extend that, I'd have thought, because they've already made sets of The Simpsons in the past. So fingers crossed that'll happen. So that completes this list. Like I said, please do let me know in the comment section what themes you'd like to see. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video and consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help me out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.